Welcome back to an episode of TCN. Today we have got Dunbarton's freshest release, the Brûlée Wagashi. I already love the Brûlée. It is one of my favorite Connecticut's. It's hard to get though. That's why I always love Hoya. But this thing marries both of my favorite things. This is made in the Hoya de Nicaragua factory, and it is Dunbarton Brûlée. I am so excited. Let's go over the tobacco. Going over the tobacco looks promising. It's a triple threat. We're talking Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, Mexican San Andreas wrapper, and a blend of Nicaraguan fillers. And going over that dry puff, Dylan, would you like to start us off?
Ooh. Very light, creamy.
I'm gonna go off the beaten road. I'm gonna say pine needles.
I'm getting something floral. Yeah.
For me, it's like a wood. It's like a very woodsy wood note.
Yeah.
And for me, that's almost translating. It does have a little creaminess to it, but it really transfers that kind of woodsy wood, kind of almost pine juniper berry. All right. We smoked them down. We forgot to break it up into thirds because we were enjoying this way too much.
Yeah.
First two thirds, it is phenomenal. It is this sweet butterscotch, cream, wood, just phenomenally aged tobacco. You can really taste whatever is getting a little bit of extra age in here. It really shines through on the smoke, and it's hard to say aged tobacco as a flavor note, but it is such a predominant flavor profile in this, and it just makes it so much more of just a savory, non-stop puffing type of smoke. On the final third though, really gets a lot more earthy, dealing with like wood, hard earth in my opinion, still that nice creaminess and a little bit of cedar. So like that wood cedar, I just enjoyed the hell out of this. Dylan, what did you think of your thirds?
Going into the first third, light creaminess, and then there was, I couldn't quite pick what it was, but it was a little creamy. Not really there, but on the backside. I was getting maybe a little nutmeg as well.
I forgot to say nutmeg. First
nutmeg,
2/3 nutmeg.
So nutmeg was there. So I'm not quite sure exactly what type of wood, but it was definitely a woody profile. But second, third, they stayed the same. Noticed that the creaminess was coming out a little bit more a dessert type vibe.
Honestly,
very, very relaxing
and
type.
For me, it's definitely the nutmeg.
Yeah,
that's what brought out that kind of Christmas spice
yes.
type of dessert vibe. But you're on the nose about that.
While I say desserty, I also want to say it had the smoky type profile where you feel like you're sitting down at like a Brazilian steakhouse, and you're getting this like great smoky steak type, like that kind juicy flavor profile. Going in the last third, same thing. I got some smokiness right there, right at the end. So I was getting more of espresso, but it was a light espresso with like that cream really started to come out for me. You know,
elephant in the room, bottle of Weller 12 behind us. The Weller 12 was so creamy. It had a great baking cinnamon spice to it. And it honestly, for me, I think this is where we differ a little bit. I was getting that smoky hot pepper off it too, kind of like a chipotle. So it was like I was sitting down at a Mexican restaurant, tacos, horchata in hand. And while that doesn't sound appealing, honestly, because at the end of the day, it still tastes like bourbon. But the notes were so smooth and they married with the cigar so well. So for me, this has blown my socks off. I mean, for one, this is Hoya de Nicaragua we're talking about. One of my favorite brands for Connecticut shade tobacco. And let me tell you something. I'm giving this thing a 93. I think it hits all those flavor notes. I think it is hitting every aspect of a cigar that you want, where it is simple, but yet has great notes. It rotates through profiles, and nothing feels like it's clashing. Everything is smooth. Everything that hits your palate comes and goes, and you are just cycling through beautiful flavor notes. And even on the final third, I struggled to finally put the thing down because I just wanted to smoke it down to the cut.
I'm a little bit below. I've always been that way. I came in like at an 89, and the reason for that is I saved my stuff for just like, I feel like the 90 and above for me is just like top tier, like for some reason in my head. Something's really got to have me slapping my knee. Yeah. And I was there, but I just found this to be really enjoyable.
Triple threat collaboration, because it's Saka, Cigar Dojo, and Hoya de Nicaragua.
They did their work on this one for sure. So thank you to them for putting something out.
Honestly, this was, they're doing God's work out here.
Yeah, it makes me sad that I know that this box is going to go fast.
Yeah, and you probably won't see it again.
Yes.
All right, well, we go over notes.
Yeah.
Notes. I will say this. I will be harsh in this. As much as I love the cigar, construction and draw were great. 0 problems. The burn, while mine wasn't razor sharp, it was always a little wobbly to the point where I'd be a little concerned.
Correct. Yeah, I didn't have to touch it up once. I never picked up a lighter again the entire night, which was nice. I would agree there. But yeah, mine did wobble. Yes.
But going over the price, I mean, if you find this thing in your brick and mortar, God bless your brick and mortar for putting them out for sale. But you're probably seeing them at like $20 to $30 a stick. Let's be fair. It's small. It's limited release. Who knows if this is going to come out again? You're probably going to see it at that price. My rough estimate. Talking the box though, obviously, because what you spent about
$225 on the box.
$225 on the box. Breaking it down, it's a 13 count box, which is nice. They actually pack it full. They're not just wasting space with like dividers and stuff like that. About $17.30, and for me that is a $17.30 very worth it.
Absolutely, that's a great price stick. I would say for the price, you're getting money well spent.
And I can't justify telling new smokers to pick up this box. If you're in the wild, you find one sitting on a shelf, grab it without a doubt. Pay the $30, pay whatever they want to charge for it, as long as it's not like $100. Fuck that. You'll see people try to sell it for $100. No. If you see this at something at least where it's not over double the initial MSRP price, go for it. But I cannot in good will tell newer smokers to hunt this thing down because it's just it's so limited in nature.
I would agree there. If somehow you just knew someone who was like, here, man, you're gonna love this, perfect.
Fucking
if
jump
you
on
see
it.
one in the store, and it's less than double what we're telling you it is, then perfect, grab one. But other than that, don't run out and buy a whole box because that's a huge.
It's an investment.
Huge investment.
It's an investment, and I think that is it for our review and our Weller 12 pairing technically. And unless you have anything else you'd like to add here at the end.
No.
Then I would like to thank you all for tuning in. This video will be coming out on Wednesday. There will be no video this Sunday. And I will see you all next time.